When I speak to our clients for the first time, one of the things that I'll often tell them is that creating a brilliant culture isn't about making your company a nice place to work. Now, don't get me wrong, I usually recommend that you do, and it can be a powerful tool, but it's not the point or the objective. And this is where many companies, consultants, and HR professionals go wrong. They focus on making people happy, and that's such a variable and elusive concept that it's almost impossible to capture. Instead, think of culture as the most powerful lever you can pull, much more powerful than strategy, to deliver your objectives, your vision, and your mission. That doesn't always entail making people happy, and there are many different ways to achieve your goals. Some will be right for you, and some won't. Employee experience, how your people perceive their relationship with your company, from the physical aspects of the environment to the work itself, their relationship with their peers and managers, the tools they have, the brand and culture you've created, has a major impact on engagement levels, retention rates, and productivity, all of which in turn drive business performance. And that's because greater engagement typically leads to greater levels of discretionary effort. And staff turnover, especially in small, highly technical businesses, is a huge drain on productivity. When you have to replace and retrain an expert, you can lose months of optimal performance. And there's plenty of data to support that. Gallup, for example, have found that highly engaged employees are 21% more profitable and 17% more productive than those with average engagement levels. And elsewhere, Deloitte's research has shown that companies with a strong focus on employee experience have typically 25% higher profitability and are twice as likely to have high customer satisfaction levels. Salesforce, HubSpot, Zappos, and Adobe have all spoken at length about how central employee experience has been to their success. The challenge facing biotech leaders is that every team is different, as is every member of that team. Over the last 10 years, culture has often been mistaken for perks, and they're very different things. Typically, perks don't matter to people except as an expression of a company's underlying culture. The important things are feeling valued, thanks to recognition and reward, positive relationships with other people, making an important contribution to a cause that makes the world better, and personal growth. And these things take time and often investment to get right, so it's critical to focus on the right areas for your people rather than just copying what other businesses do. Another crucial element of how employees experience your culture is the amount of friction they've faced day to day. People who are good at what they do want to perform and deliver, and when things get in the way, they create immense frustration. Sometimes it's a lack of tools or resources, other times it's clunky processes, often it's other people and their priorities. But whatever the case, understanding the obstacles that you and your team face and removing them is a direct route to improving how they experience your culture. And if you're thinking that sounds like a lot, don't panic. The secret that no one tells you about employee experience is that your team don't expect to be perfect. If you're a small early stage startup, they're not going to penalize you for not having the resources of a major multinational. What they expect is that you make an effort to listen and that you try to make things better. With that in mind, we've developed an approach to driving employee experience and engagement that we call continuous cultural improvement. The first step in this is to create multiple channels for gathering feedback from your team. Regular surveys are great, as are short pulse takers, but you should mix these up with one-to-one conversations, group lunches or coffees, structured discussions around particular areas of the business or about life at your company, suggestion boxes, and there are plenty more. Your objective is to understand the frustrations, challenges, aspirations, and preferences of your team individually and collectively, to see which you can help them either overcome or achieve, while still obviously delivering the results that you need from them. And the second part of it is to take steps to resolve the things that really matter to your people, usually incrementally. Now, you don't have to give them everything they ask for. This isn't about creating spoiled children. But if there's an obstacle you can remove, a problem you can solve, an edge you can give them, or something that you can do to improve their experience of your company, thereby enhancing their engagement and productivity and driving business results, well, wouldn't you want to do it? A lot of the time, it doesn't cost any money to fix the things that frustrate your team. In fact, one of the most impactful changes we've recommended to a client is just moving a reagent cupboard from a room down the corridor into the lab, meaning that their scientists didn't have to go and get what they needed multiple times a day. Often it's the simple things that matter, and you'll never discover them without asking. And then the third part of continuous cultural improvement is to keep asking for feedback and resolving issues. Gradually, over time, the quality of your employee experience will be unrecognizable from where you are today, and you'll have a more engaged team with less turnover and greater levels of productivity than ever before. So get started today.